Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Port Royal Speedway for the inaugural 𝐒𝐫𝐲𝐚𝐥 tribute race for the 305 Sprint Car Series. $8 are on the line tonight for these drivers, and they'll run 22 laps in the main event. This is round 13 of 16 on the year for the 305 Sprint Car Series. As we now watch Kevin Goodall go to green for lap 1 of 2 in qualifying. We've held one event at Port Royal in the 305 Sprint Car Series in the past. That was won by none other than Caden Berry back on June 3rd in 2024. And they also are the track record holder here with a 17.434, which you can see Anton Hernandez just broke that track record, which will now be a 17.179. As 22 cars have put in time. Jordan Navarro in car 96 is back in action after missing last week. All black car there. He can nearly not even make out the number. Ran a 17.463, which put him 19th quick last time around. Obviously blinks out there for a second, but he goes a little bit slower on his second lap. Still 3 more cars take time. We have 30 cars, looks like, signed in for tonight's action. Jimbo Rooney in car 27 is the next car on the speedway. Jimbo Rooney just went 3rd quick. He is your current points leader with the 305 Sprint Car Series here in 2025. The gap has come down, though. He only has a 40-point lead now over the 67 of Ty Dickinson. But that qualifying effort, putting him 3rd quick, is certainly going to set him apart since Dickinson is back in 18th currently. With 3 heat races, Dickinson will have to start outside of the top 4 in tonight's main event and tonight's heat races, as with only 3 heats, 12 would be the goal place to sit to start on the pole of the heat race. Places 10th, 11th, and 12th in qualifying will be your pole sitters. As we jump into right rear racing heat race number 1. So your grid for heat race number 1 here with the 𝐒𝐫𝐲𝐚𝐥 tribute race at Port Royal Speedway. Jason Haynes will go from pole in car 66. Garen Brimmer in the 003 will go from 2nd. 3rd, Kyle Vaughn, a name that we have not seen in quite some time with Reigel Promotions Esports, will go from 3rd. And your new track record holder here at the Port Royal Speedway, the Australian David Baker in car 19. Going for 5th, Joseph Groom in car 11, and to his outside will be the 13 of Fred Hoffman. Then going 7th will be the 45 of Brent Thompson. 8th, 2-time winner this season, the 35 of Miles Jansen. Tony Dominguez goes 9th, and rounding out the field will be the 420 of Matthew Hobbs. Again, this heat race is brought to you by Right Rear Racing. A few sponsors happened earlier tonight we did not get a chance to mention is the drivers meeting each week is brought to you by Admin Box and qualifying by TJ Visuals. And since we don't have a 4th heat race tonight, we will not get to mention the RPES shop. Go to RegalPromotions.com/shop. You can find all the merchandise you could ever want for Regal Promotions Esports. We will be coming to the third-party gaming green flag this time around. 66 will get to fire at any point past the midpoint of turn number 3 and 4. Haynes fires, and the third-party gaming green flag is out. See Fred Hoffman there making it 3 wide in the middle field. Him and Groom make slight contact, but we all keep it straight. Still 3 wide back there for Hoffman, Groom, and I'm not sure who that is that's gotten to the wall. Looks like it was 𝐒𝐩𝐫𝐢𝐧𝐭. Meanwhile, out front, Jason Haynes leads Garen Brimmer. Vaughn as Brimmer there runs about a lane lower. Nothing going though, as we see Groom now make contact back there. He spun around, but he keeps it going. Definitely has some suspension damage there for the 11. You will see if he can make it to pit road without having to bring out an iRacing yellow. Brimmer is now all over the 66, nearly runs over his tail tank there in turn number 1 and 2. Tries to diamond it down the back straightaway. Now Vaughn in the 48 looking to the inside of Brimmer. Still very fast racetrack here at Port Royal in the early goings tonight. See your top 5 drivers in nearly single file. They're running a little bit different of lines, but all I'm sure hammer down. David Baker here might have a chance to make the pass here in the 48 after Vaughn lost some momentum sliding up the racetrack. Vaughn will come back at him here into turn 1 and 2. Baker gets a little sideways, scrubs off some speed. Remember, top 4 advance directly into tonight's main event. So white flag is out for Jason Haynes out front. We watch the battle here for the final transfers. Baker just nearly takes off the nose of Hoffman. He did what he had to do. He solidifies that spot. Can he hold it for 2 more corners? Baker will hold it. Haynes will take the win. Brimmer in second. Third, Kyle Vaughn. And as we said, David Baker, your 4th and final transfer spot into tonight's main event. So your non-transfer cars that have to try their hand at the 618 engraving and design B main later tonight will be Fred Hoffman, 𝐒𝐩𝐫𝐢𝐧𝐭, Tony Dominguez, Brent Thompson, Matthew Hobbs, and Joseph Groom. Now, the Casey Simon Cinematography Heat Race number 2. We'll head on to the Speedway. Jeremy Christensen will go from the pole in car 16. He struggled last week at Williams Grove, but he put it in the show with the 360s on Wednesday night. Mason White will go from second in the 010. Cody Wickard in the 5 will go from third. Fourth, a newcomer tonight, Anton Hernandez in the 25. Jake Roya, last week's Keystone Cup winner in car 2, will go from fifth. Sixth will be the 29 of Kevin Goodall. 7th, Jordan Navarro in the 096. 018 of Zachary Good go from 8th. Shaden Ackerman, the 23, will go from 9th. And rounding out the field will be the 83 of Greg Robinson, who you can see is in a Greg Hodnett scheme tonight in the Apple number 12 car. Once again, same thing. 8 laps of distance. Top 4 will move on to tonight's 𝐒𝐫𝐄𝐒 tribute event. Christensen once again gets the chance to fire any point past the midpoint of 3 and 4. Third party gaming green flag is in the air for the second time tonight. Oh, I see car got in, and Navarro there, he just tagged the tail of Roya. Both kept it straight. Hernandez making an early move here, looking for second. White just had too much momentum there on the top side, was able to keep the spot. Hernandez slides up, almost gets into Christensen. Keeps it going, but Hernandez will take the lead off of that. Hernandez just barely holding on. The momentum up top might be too much for him here. Hernandez is going to have to get to the top if he wants to keep this lead. Christensen is going to fall on through here. Hernandez looks good up front in car 25. Christensen, though, is going to run. Now, Christensen, White, and Wickard hold your top 4 spots. Kevin Goodall and Zachary Good are the 2 outside looking in right now. See, Greg Robinson is running a little bit of a different line. Now, as I say that, he goes to the top side. But we get our first 618 engraving and design caution flag of the evening. It says it was Jordan Navarro here. And it says he toes to the pits. So we'll have to see exactly what transpired. Obviously, it still happened way before this. Not 100% sure what happened, because this was obviously the beginning of the race, but my graphics are not telling me anything else that happened. And he's the only car in the pits. So I would take the guess that he stopped on the racetrack and the field was coming, so that's why iRacing was throwing the caution flag. Nonetheless, though, Anton Hernandez in the 25 leads the way after starting in the 4th spot in this heat race. Christensen's looking to get back to the front after starting on the pole and leading the opening lap. Mason White is in 3rd and Cody Wickard 4th. Kevin Goodall, we saw him experience some tough luck last week at the Williams Grove Speedway after starting up front and winning his heat race. He's looking to bounce back, see if he can get this final transfer here in the final half of heat race number 2 by Casey Simon Cinematography. Tonight's race does pay $8 to winner, but there is a $5 bonus if a driver can win on the last lap as well. So driver could win $13 tonight. A few other bonuses we have. The Hard Luck Award by Premier Racing Setups. Driver experiences the hardest luck in tonight's program will receive a free setup pack from Premier Racing Setups. Also want to give a shout out to Richard Murtaugh, owner of Premier Racing Setups. He picked up the win in the Sportsman division at the Oswego Speedway during Super Dirt Week this weekend. As Hernandez will bring us back to the third-party gaming green flag. Hernandez gets a huge jump there in the 25. Christian now has company from the 10 of White. They're off the corner. White kind of diamonds it. He will go for a slide job move here in 3 and 4. He will slide up and take the position away and stops Christensen's momentum, so he will take the spot for now. Goodall now has taken the 4th spot. Wickard's going to come right back at him here in car 5. Not close enough to make the slide job move. And Goodall has the momentum, so he keeps the spot. Zachary Good is now looking on the inside of Wickard. This is going to allow Kevin Goodall to solidify that 4th spot, barring a mistake. Anton Hernandez, though, will come to the checkered flag first. He picks up the win over Mason White. So Anton Hernandez picks up the win here in Casey Simon Cinematography Heat Race number 2. Mason White finishes 2nd, 3rd, Jeremy Christensen, and your final transfer, 29 of Kevin Goodall. Cody Wickard, Zachary Good, Greg Robinson, Jake Roya, Shaden Ackerman, and Jordan Navarro will have to try their hand at the 618 Engraving and Design B Main later on this evening. Now, your final heat race of the evening, presented by Twisted Speed. We'll see the lineup go this way. Chris Shepard in the 019 will go from pole. Derek Jones, your 305 Nationals champion back in June, goes 2nd. 3rd, Dalton Shear in the 115. Jimbo Rooney, your current point leader, will go 4th in car 27. Then the legend, Robert Puckett, goes from 5th. 6th, 2nd in points right now. Ty Dickinson is in the 67. Then going 7th, the 4 of William Clapp. 8th will be the 57 of Austin Griffey, who ran, I believe, 6th last week in the 360 National Open. And set fast time in the 305s last week as well. Clayton Nichols in the 52 will go 9th, and 10th will be the 412 of Joseph Trustowski. See a beautiful overlook of the Port Royal Speedway here in Port Royal, Pennsylvania. Shepard and Jones will lead them to the third-party gaming green flag when they get to turn number 3 and 4. Ten cars, 8 laps, 4 spots in tonight's main event on the line. Jones, high side momentum, preferred line, moves him into the 2nd spot. Rooney now going to go for a, I thought maybe he's going to go for a slide job. He thinks better of it. Shear sticks around the outside and he keeps into it. Clayton Nichols going to be backwards here in the front stretch. Don't believe there's any cars left there though, so iRacing will not throw the caution flag. Chris Shepard still has command of the field in the 019. Derek Jones, huge run here. He decides to stick it on the outside, keeps it up there. That track is always so bumpy here at Port Royal on the top side on iRacing. Goes for the slide job move. Clayton Nichols on the inside. I was about to say, I'm surprised iRacing didn't throw the yellow, and they do. I believe Chris Shepard may take the lead back because of it. Clayton Nichols, you see he was trying to get off the racetrack, but iRacing threw the yellow, so we will have to, Derek Jones will have to try that move once again. See Austin Griffey also making a trip down Dirt Series Promotions pit lane. So we'll try to get a look here at what exactly transpired here in the front turns. I saw a little bit of it. Looked like Robert Puckett just got up the racetrack maybe just a little bit there. Try to get a better angle on it. Yeah, tough to really say, but to me, either a racing incident or a this Puckett came out the track just a little bit too much as Nichols was trying to slide it back across of him. As you can see, though, Griffey and Nichols are back out after getting their fast repairs in the pits. Do believe everyone is on the lead lap, at least according to my scoring right now. Pace lights are out, so I believe we will be coming back to it here in turn number 3 and 4. Currently, the fastest lap in this heat race is ran by the 4 of 𝐒𝐩𝐫𝐽𝐾 with a 17.690. As third-party gaming green flag is back out. Dalton Scheer goes for a big move there on the 7 of Jones. Nearly gets the 19 as well. He's going to try it here once again. It's very tough to slide someone when there's someone already there because you're always kind of worried that you're going to get into the car in front. But this sets up Jones now to make the move here in car 7. And he'll just do that after he ran the 6:18 engraving and design fastest lap of the heat race. Jones nearly gets into the fence there in car 7, but he will lead the lap at the line. Just 3 circuits left here in heat number 3 by Twisted Speed. Chris Shepard is still running in the 2nd spot. 3rd is Dalton Scheer. Scheer now is going to go for a move on the 19 here in 3 and 4. He parks it right in front of the 19, slows his momentum up, and that'll allow him to take the spot away. Now Rooney may make a move here. He's going to try to hold the inside. May able to do it. He's going to be careful, though. Ty Dickinson is now all over him in car 67. So your top 2 in points are fighting now just to get into tonight's main event. As we are now on the final lap of this heat race, Rooney was able to pull away just a little bit there in 1 and 2. I don't think Dickinson's going to be close enough. And he will not. Jones takes the win there in the 7. The 1:15 is Scheer, finishes 2nd. 3rd is Shepard, and 4th, your final transfer is Jimbo Rooney. So your non-transfers are 67 of Ty Dickinson, 52 of Clayton Nichols. Great recovery out of the 52 car. 57 finishes 7th of Austin Griffey. Robert Puckett 8th, 9th Joseph Trustowski, and 10th William Clapp in the number 4 car. Now we have our 18-car field for 10 spots here in the 6:18 engraving and design B main. Starting on the pole for the 6:18 engraving and design B main will be the 13 of Flying Fred Hoffman. Going from 2nd will be the 5 of Cody Wickard. 67 of Ty Dickinson will run 3rd. 4th, Miles Jansen. 5th, 018 of Zachary Good. 52 of Clayton Nichols will go from the 6th spot. 7th, 18 of Tony Dominguez. 8th, the 12/83 of Greg Robinson. 57 Austin Griffey will go 9th. 10th will be the 45 of Brent Thompson. 11th, Jake Roya. 12th, Robert Puckett in the car 30. 13th will be the 420 of Matthew Hobbs. 14th, the 23 of Shaden Ackerman. 412 of Joseph Trusowski will go 15th. The 11 of Joseph Kroom 16th. 17th, the 096 of Jordan Navarro. And rounding out the field will be the 4 of William Clapp. Does look like everyone but the 420 of Matthew Hobbs has made the call. It looks like Tony Dominguez missed the start, I believe. I believe he is the car that is on pit road there. Yeah, he is. So he will have to he'll have to tag the tail after the field goes by for the green flag. Once again, top 10 will advance to the back of B main tonight, and we'll start in positions we'll start to the back of the A main tonight. They'll start in positions 13 through 22, as we'll have 22 cars for 22 laps tonight in the 𝐒𝐫𝐄𝐒 tribute race. Hoffman and Wickard lead the field to third-party gaming green flag. Dickinson in 67 there holds the inside. Wickard has high side momentum though, and we'll get back by him heading into 3. Wickard now works around the outside in car 5. We got nearly 3 wide behind him as now Dickinson gets into the wall. 618 engraving and design caution flag is out in the 618 engraving and design B main. It looked like there the 52 was just already on he was coming with a whole head of steam. He saw a hole and he decided to put his nose there. Not sure if that's the smartest move in the world, but nonetheless, turns the 27 around there, and nothing else, not really anyone else was involved. So luck, rest of the field, no one else was involved. But definitely a tough break there for the 27 of Miles Jansen. Which, funny enough, somehow it looks like iRacing is going to give the spot back to the 27, because I guess they didn't really ever stop. But nonetheless, Reigel Promotions Esports always follows whatever iRacing scores. And while we got a moment, we'll mention a couple sponsors that we not get to mention tonight yet. Up next will be the Full Throttle Motorsports warm-up session. We probably won't run a lot of that. We'll probably jump almost directly right into our feature event. Probably run about a minute and a half. I always have it set up for 10 minutes, but we have never ran more than 5. Hard Charger tonight is brought to you by Twisted Speed. As I mentioned earlier, Pit Road is by Dirt Series Promotions. Victory Lane is brought to you by Roya's Graphics. And the Mr. Clean Award is brought to you by Triplet Motors. Driver has the least amount of incident points at the season's end will receive free entry into the 305 series in 2026. As we are now ready to come back to the green flag. We have 2 in and 9 to go. Tonight's race, all the tonight's races are branded by 𝐒𝐫𝐄𝐒. So tonight's B main, instead of 10 laps like it normally is, it is 11, since that was one of 𝐒𝐫𝐄𝐒's car numbers when he first started racing. Fred Hoffman leads us to the green flag. Zachary Good there, I believe. No, he did start in front of the 52. I thought maybe he jumped a spot, but he did not. See there, Miles Jansen now races with Austin Griffey. That's one of the better race battles on the racetrack. It's not you see. Good Lord. 52 almost comes up into him. But now we got contact. Drivers all over the racetrack. Clayton Nichols still kept it going. I thought for sure he was going to lose it. Greg Robinson now going for a 2-for-1 move. Almost a 3-for-1. As Zachary Good there, I believe, is the black paint scheme. He does not have a front wing. He is doing all he can. But a 3-for-1 move there for the 12. Ray Robinson now in the 5th spot. Clayton Nichols now holding off the 2 of Jake Roya. They run the 6th and 7th spot. Zachary Good still running in transfer spot, but he is going backwards fast with no front wing. Jordan Navarro with no move past him. Now Zachary Good only has 2 more spots of insurance. Trostowski and Clapp are now all over him. Trying to take it away as Trostowski gets into Navarro. No 618 engraving and design caution flag. Now there is. iRacing throws the caution flag. Obviously, we saw that one live. Trostowski just came at the racetrack. I'm not 100% sure if he expected the 96 to be there or not, but nonetheless, they make contact. Zachary Good, innocent bystander kind of. I mean, obviously he was already struggling with the no front wing, but Navarro does keep it going, and he should still be in front of the 23 car, so he obviously has damage. He still has the front wing, unlike Zachary Good, so he may have a better shot than most. As you can see, he's still blinking out a little bit, the 96, but he does have some suspension damage. So I'm sure he will go down Dirt Series Promotions pit road if he can. Fred Hoffman, though, will lead the field here in 3 and 4 with just 3 laps left in this B main. As you see, Navarro is heading down pit road. Zachary Good is still in the pits. Dickinson runs in the 3rd spot. 4th, Austin Griffey. 5th is Greg Robinson. 6th, Clayton Nichols. 7th, Jake Roya. 8th, Trostowski. Clapp runs in the 9th spot. And 10th, your final qualifying spot right now is the 11 of Joseph Groom. So Shaden Ackerman in the 23 is your first car on the outside looking in. And it's Brent Thompson, Tony Dominguez, Navarro. Those are all your cars on the speedway. As Zachary Good will be still in infield, so his night is over in car 18. Lots of cars changed in lines here on the start. Fred Hoffman leads him in the turn number 1. Robinson went for a move there, trying to get the 57, was not able to do it. See, top side still very fast here at Port Royal. As we come to the white flag this time, we're going to get a caution flag first. Must have been one of your cars outside the top 10. Because it certainly was. You see Dominguez smashes the wall there, and that's a 23. 23 gets into the fence, and Dominguez just had nowhere to go, and neither did Zachary Good either. Sometimes when you're having a bad night, you're just having a bad night. We'll be back in action on Wednesday night right here, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, with the 360 Sprint Car edition of the Greg Hodnett Tribute Race. It'll be 27 laps and pay $12 to the winner. And then on Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, we'll also be live right here for the 2nd annual Jack-O-Lantern 200 with the NASCAR Next Gen cars at Auto Club Speedway. It was a heck of a show last year, so you definitely don't want to miss that one. And next week, the 305s will be in action at the Weed Sport Speedway. on Monday night. And next Wednesday, 360s will also be at Weedsport. And next Tuesday, we have our kind of super dirt week event for the big block modifieds. 75 laps at Oswego for the Empire State Showdown. Last year's winner was Logan Rumsey, which we only had one caution in all 75 laps, so let's hope we can do that again next week. Another thing to note is that Regal Promotions Esports will be expanding to Rocket League come January. We're going to have a 3v3 league. No matter if you are terrible at the game like me or one of the best there is, we have a division that is made for you. So just come join and have some fun. But Fred Hoffman leads us back to the first green-white checkered of the 618 engraving and design B main. 13 cars remain, 10 spots to qualify. See Dickinson and Robinson and Nichols there were 3 wide momentarily. Now Jostowski's going for a 2-for-1 move in 3 and 4, and he will make it stick. Robinson there now going to come back at him here in 1 and 2. Is this now the final lap? People just keep changing lanes all over it. Fred Hoffman takes the win over Cody Wickard and Austin Griffey here in B main here, presented by 618 Engraving and Design. Your full rundown is this. Hoffman with the win, Wickard in second, Griffey third, fourth Nichols, fifth Dickinson, sixth is Jostowski, seventh Greg Robinson, eighth Jake Roya, ninth William Clapp, and 10th, your final transfer, the 11 of Joseph Groom. In the 11th spot was Jordan Navarro, 12th Brent Thompson, 13th Ackerman, 14th Dominguez, 15th Good, 16th Jansen, 17th Puckett, and 18th, car did not start, is the 420 of Matthew Hobbs. This is now our Full Throttle Motorsports warm-up session. Obviously it's set for 8 minutes, but we're going to advance here in just a few moments. Just like that, we will advance to our 22-lap main event for the evening here at the Port Royal Speedway. Not counting any of the heat race or qualifying points that were accumulated tonight, but coming into the race, Jimbo Rooney holds a 41-point lead over Ty Dickinson. Hunter Benson was in third, but he is not in action tonight. Fred Hoff, we just saw win the B main, is in the 4th spot, 122 points back, and 5th is 115 of Dalton Shear, 124 points back. But here is your starting lineup for tonight's RPES Greg Hodnett Tribute Race here at the Port Royal Speedway. Jason Haynes will go from the pole in the 66. Anton Hernandez in the 25 goes to second. Third, your 2025 305 Nationals champion Derek Jones. Garen Brimmer starts fourth. Fifth, Mason White. Sixth, Dalton Shear. Seventh, the 48 of Kyle Vaughn. Eighth, the 16 of Jeremy Christensen. Ninth, Chris Shepard in the 019. 10th, your new track record holder here at Port Royal, David Baker. Kevin Goodall starts 11th. 12th, your current points leader, Jimbo Rooney. 13th, the 13 of Flying Fred Hoffman. 14th, Cody Wickard. 15th, Austin Griffey. 16th, Clayton Nichols. 17th, Ty Dickinson. 18th, Joseph Trostowski. 19th, the 12 of Greg Robinson. 20th will be the last week's winner, Jake Roya. William Clapp starts 21st. And rounding out the field will be the 11 of Joseph Groom. Let us know your picks down below, as next time around we will go green flag racing here at Port Royal. 22 laps, 22 cars. Here for round 13 of 16 on the year for the RPES 305 Sprint Car Series. Third Party Gaming green flag is out, and we're underway here at Port Royal. Jason Haynes will lead the field down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Anton Hernandez sticks it through the middle. Not enough grip there. Slides back up. Now that sets him up for Garen Brimmer to go to his inside here into 3 and 4. I mean, no, 1 and 2. He slides up, almost gets into Haynes, but he takes the second spot away there for a second. Hernandez, momentum on his side, takes it back. Brimmer going to slide up, almost catastrophe once again. Oh, as we get a 618 engraving and design caution flag. It's like Clayton Nichols and Trostowski may have been the cars involved. Oh, Nichols there just gets into the inside wall by himself. It clips the inside wall and sets up himself at the racetrack. Poor Cody Wickard and Trostowski, there's nowhere to go as they all tumble down the back straightaway. And obviously the field's coming here through 1 and 2, and that is what ends up bringing out the caution flag, as they're still all on the back straightaway. Nichols, though, is able to get his fast repair and come on right on back. These drivers do have 1 fast repair to their disposal. So they get what 1 redo, if you will. Obviously, if they have to tow to the pit area, it does not help them much, as they still have to wait to come back on out. Driver that wins tonight, and any of the bonuses in our series are only available to the members that sign up throughout the season. I believe Jason Haynes is one of those. Dalton Shear is another one that is in the top 5. I know Hernandez, Brimmer, and Jones I do not believe are. Lights are out on the iRacing pace truck. We get to the line. It will be 2 laps complete, 20 laps left. As lap-wise, this is the second shortest event of the season for the 305 Sprint Car Series. The other one being this triple 20s back in March. Jason Haynes fires once again. Top 5 all running about the same line there. As you see, Christensen slides at the racetrack. He loses the spot to White. And that opens up the door for Kyle Vaughn into 1 and 2. He goes 2 for 1. He gets White as well, as White and Vaughn will be side by side into 3. Vaughn, whole head of steam. He will try to get back to him. Up front there, Jones now is all over the 25 as he's moved his way into the third spot. He will now, he almost thinks about it, but he slows himself down as he notices he was not going to be able to clear the 25. Brimmer might be in the best spot now until he gets into the fence there, 1 and 2. That allows Jones to get back in line. No harm done for the 7. See Vaughn in the background, goes for the slide job on White. Jones now going to go for it again on the 25. Big slide job out of Jones. He pulls ahead, but Hernandez back with momentum as he pulls down the racetrack. There's slide job incoming. Dimes off the corner for the 7. Drag race into turn number 1 and 2 again. Will Jones be able to hold it this time, or will Hernandez get back to him? I think he may be safe, but you never know. Jones getting into the fence there. Slows him down a little bit, but able to gain a little momentum as well. Jones now going for the race lead on the 66. He was able to hold it as Haynes was kind of running the middle side of the racetrack. Jones able to take the point there in car 7. So it's Jones, Haynes, Hernandez out as we see Dalton Scheer got contact there. A couple other cars around. Kyle Vaughn and Chris Shepard, I believe, were involved. That'll bring our second caution of the feature event. Looks like that may have started with the 115 getting sideways there in front of those cars. Yeah, it looks like Brimmer there just gets a little bit more of a run, and the 13 was able to slide it there, and it almost gets stacked up behind him. Because obviously once they get sideways, all their cars run the top, have nowhere to go. Shepard tries to be smart about it and go to the inside, but they were already there. Luckily, everyone else was able to get through unscathed out of those 3 cars. And get their fast repairs by going down Dirt Series Promotions pit lane. A tough run for those drivers that were running up front for a while. Derek Jones, though, in car 7 is your new race leader here. All 22 cars are still on the lead lap to this point. As we get back racing, we'll have 12 laps remaining. So I believe the lights are out on the pace truck, so we'll come back to it this time. This should be the last double file restart of the night, as on consecutive yellows and with less than 10 laps to go, we are single file the rest of the way. Jones fires, and away we go. See, though, Dalton Scheer there in the 115 did sustain some damage from that last crash. He has no front wing now, just as we saw the 18 have in the B main. See your point leader Rooney now working the inside line. He's the first car on the inside in the top 10 there. Oh, as Scheer climbs the fence on the front stretch, he is upside down in car 115. That'll surely bring out a yellow, I would think, at least. And it does. I'm sure with the damage, he probably just got a little tight off the corner, put himself into the fence there. Yeah, he tags the wall off the corner and just flips the whole way down the front straightaway. Does not look like anyone else is involved, so luckily enough, I mean, normally when you flip down a straightaway at any racetrack, especially when you have the whole entire field behind you, not a lot of people get through the wreck majority of the time. As we did not complete a lap on that one, we will be single file, so now we will be single file for the remainder of the evening here at Port Royal. Derek Jones in car 7 would be looking for his third career all-time victory with the 305 Sprint Car Series. He picked up his qualifying night and the final night of the 360 Nationals. I mean, not 305 Nationals back in June at the Houston Speedway. He was close a few weeks ago at getting another win at Eldora. But right now he is currently in a tie for second all-time on the 305 Sprint Car Series win list. He's tied with Steven Metcalf and Miles Jansen with 2. It would solely put him in possession of the second spot in the standings if he was able to hold on to the win tonight. Jimbo Rooney has 6 career wins and is the only driver that has more wins than Derek Jones currently. As the third-party gaming green flag is out with 10 laps left in this one. Jones gets out to a big jump as he slides himself to protect. Hernandez runs in second. Third, Jason Haynes. Mason White is now all over him in car 10. Austin Griffey there in the 57 may come across the racetrack. They save it. Mason, does not look like 52 saves it back in the pack, though. As we're going to get another caution flag. I believe that was Clayton Nichols we saw in the background. I believe what happened is they obviously saw Griffey getting out of control, and everyone got scared behind him, kind of slowed up. A 52 did not slow up, and obviously got into the back of him. The rest is just kind of a chain reaction after that. Right there, I believe that was Cody Wickard and Greg Robinson were innocent bystanders of that as well. I believe that was, want to say that was our 4th yellow of the evening for tonight's main event. Should be getting the 1 to go signal here at the line. And we'll come back to it with 8 laps left. Again, we head to another challenging racetrack, the 305s I've never seen next week, with it being Weed Sport. Last year we took a visit to Oswego Speedway. Derek Jones will fire here in 3 and 4. Derek Jones there, a great jump in car 7. Hernandez there out as White and Haynes get over top of one another. Oh, Goodall and Haynes make some contact. Now Rooney has to check on the binders. That almost makes a massive wreck there, but everyone able to keep it going. Christensen now goes for the 3rd spot on Goodall here in 3 and 4. Goodall able to come back right across him though. Goodall now takes possession of the 3rd spot. Christensen runs in 4th, Haynes in 5th. 6th is Rooney and 7th is Griffey. As now Rooney will try to slide up. Is not able to make it clear though. Haynes pulls back around him with the high side momentum. Rooney slides across, gives the 66 some room once again on the outside though. Rooney's trying to run that slide job line, it seems. Oh, as Goodall makes some contact with the wall, and now Rooney's going to get into him. That surely to bring out a 618 engraving and design caution flag, and it does. Yeah, Rooney came across the racetrack there, and 23 gets into the wall. Not sure if it's, I mean, not 23, 29. I'm not sure if he would have not been alongside him if he didn't hit the wall, but nonetheless, another tough break here for the 29 of Goodall. And a couple other cars. See Vaughn back there also involved in that one. None of that matters for the 7 of Derek Jones, though. He's been able to get some great restarts. Anton Hernandez runs 2nd. How about Jeremy Christensen, though? Coming for what I believe is the... he started at least outside the top 10 in this one. Running in the 3rd spot now. Get the 1 to go signal here at the line. So we have 3 laps to go when we come back around. You can see Greg Robinson here getting a wave around in the car number 12. He struck holes into the infield down the back straightaway. Hernandez almost got alongside of him there, but Jones fires, and oh, as Hernandez gets into the fence there, everyone's going to get behind him. He's going to lose wholesale positions down the back straightaway. Jason Haynes now into the 2nd spot in the 66. Seats by Christensen and Hernandez. So we have just 2 laps to go in this one now. Jones is nearly home free. He has over a 2nd gap on the rest of the field. So now Jake Roya is looking for a top 3. Last week's winner on the bottom. Now Rooney up to 3rd here on the 27. Jones is out front by nearly 2 seconds as he goes through 3 and 4 for the final time. Derek Jones, we have 3-time winner in the 305 Sprint Car Series. Jason Haynes finishes 2nd over Jimbo Rooney. 4th was Jake Roya, and 5th it's like Jeremy Christensen, just barely in car number 16. So Derek Jones picks up his third career win, moves him solely into possession of second place all time with the series. Jason Haynes finishes in the second spot. Third, Jimbo Rooney. Fourth, Jake Roya. Fifth, Jeremy Christensen. Sixth will be Austin Griffey. Seventh, Anton Hernandez. Eighth, Chris Shepard. Ninth, Joseph Trustowski. 10th, Kyle Vaughn. 11th, Mason White. 12th, Kevin Goodall. 13th, Greg Robinson. 14th, Fred Hoffman. 15th, David Baker. 16th, Ty Dickinson. 17th, Cody Wickard. 18th, Joseph Groom. 19th, Garen Brimmer. 20th, Clayton Nichols. 21st, William Clapp. And 22nd, the 115 of Dalton Shear. We'll see if any of our top three are in the broadcast waiting room. Waiting on our race. Looks like Derek Jones now is in the broadcast waiting room, so we'll get a word with him now. Hey, Derek, how you doing?
Good.
Oh, congrats on your third career win. Obviously not as big of a win as the 305 Nationals was, but nonetheless, how does it feel to be on the top step once again?
Good. It's been a while. I haven't been racing as much recently.
Obviously, you had the top side rolling there. Is there anything that you saw in the early goings with the racetrack that really put you ahead of your competitors?
Mainly just the slider line in 1 and 2. No one else would try it from what I could see.
Yeah, we saw one other car through the field try it towards the end, but most drivers, as you said, they never really tried it. Can we expect to see you in the field for Wednesday night with the 360s?
I'm not sure yet, but I should be back for 305s next week.
Well, appreciate you running with us, and is there anyone you want to thank before I let you go?
Just my family and really everyone I race with.
As we said, thank you for racing, and congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Now we'll get a word with your second place runner, Jason Haynes. Hey, Jason, how you doing? Hey, Jason, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Obviously you started up front, but I guess talk me through the last restart. That was kind of crazy.
Yeah, I didn't. The gates just kind of parted and the seas opened for me, and I went from what, fourth or fifth to second. So that's okay. I'll take that.
I believe this is your best career finish with the 305 series. I know you joined us back, I think, at I-55 back in the spring. Talk me through how your season's really been going.
Just in this league, it's been just lots of bad luck. You know, it always starts with that qualifying. If you don't qualify good, you're going to be in that mid-pack mess, and just haven't seemed to be able to get through it. Finally, I put one clean night through, and paid off.
Yeah, you were able to keep it clean and green, which I mean I know is tougher said than done half the time. But I thought tonight's race is way better than we experienced last week.
Last week was a nightmare. We're just going to delete that one from the system, I think.
I think I told my wife last week. I was like, you know what? We were having too good of races lately to not have one like that.
You always have one bad egg in a dozen, right?
before I let you go, is there anyone you want to thank?
I got to thank $5 Wrap Guy, everyone at H&N Industries, all my guys that work there, GST Logistics. They actually kind of sponsored me a little bit and got me some new computers here. So looking forward to starting a stream here right away. Dark Side Motorsports on Facebook. Other than that, thank you guys for putting this on. This is actually really good racing, aside from the couple stinkers that we've had.
Well, I appreciate it, and we'll see you again next week.
Sounds good.
All right, finally, we'll get a word here with your third place runner, 27 of Jimbo Rooney. Hey, Jimbo, how you doing?
Hey, not too bad, Andrew. How you been?
Not too bad. Doing better this week than it was last week.
Yeah, I'd say we broke our record, but yeah, we didn't have the longest race ever.
Well, I mean, I know you're one of the few that have been around long enough to remember Lincoln. So, I mean, I was like,
Yep.
you know what, that was the same exact way. That was the only race I think I know of that we've ever ran out of time. So,
Yeah, I guess it's been so long ago, I don't even really think about it anymore. But yep, I remember that. That was in the beginning. But then, that was before you knew better. So this one was definitely probably worse because you added more time than you ever had then.
yeah, exactly.
You're like, yeah, we'll add enough time so we don't run out, and then we ran you out.
But that's kind of what I expected, honestly, last week.
Yeah. Williams Grove's no joke. It's tight. This
But
was surprisingly good.
Yeah, I honestly
today.
thought racing was very good tonight. Obviously, I knew the top side was going to be very dominant. I saw you and race winner Derek Jones. You're the only two drivers I really saw work the slider line to any extent throughout the night.
Yep. Well, you know what I say. You can't move up the field if you go where everybody else goes. So it either pays off or it doesn't. Tonight it paid off a little more than not, but I'd rather, than sit in line in 13th and just hope somebody hits a wall. I'd rather try to make something happen. Luckily, I think in Port Royal, when you slide, there's enough room to leave somebody there. And tonight there was enough grip, like a lane down off the wall, that we were grabbing on the way out. That was kind of giving me enough to stay even. A couple times I tried to go really low. It definitely wasn't good. There was no traction coming out. But as long as you slid it all the way like to the wall, like one lane off a wall, and then leave it open for the other guys, then you could kind of get moving on them. I think I had a chance at the win if that one caution didn't put me. I was in 7th, and then I got to 5th, and then we cautioned, and I went back to 7th. So I think, and we had like 2 more cautions after that. So I think I had a good chance at getting up there. But I was happy with my run tonight, and I am surprised that it went up that high on the wall, because 305s normally like do not run on the wall, even here that much. But it was dominant tonight.
Yeah, most of the time, I mean, it's like halfway up the racetrack. It's
Yeah. Yeah, not banging the boards down like we were tonight.
I hope to see the bottom come in the 360s on Wednesday.
Yeah, I almost can guarantee it will. I was a little surprised it didn't. I really can't tell you for sure it didn't at the end, but I think it definitely didn't come in as soon as I thought. But remember, it was only 22 laps, not 30. So
yeah, that is true. I appreciate you running as always, and anyone you want to thank before I let you go?
I'd just like to thank you guys, Reigel Promotions Esports, for putting on all these awesome races for us, and all the guys we drive with, and Fred for not wrecking me tonight, and letting me get up there. He took the bad luck tonight. I got the good luck.
Well, at least he started 13th to finish 14th. So I mean, it
Yeah,
wasn't
so
that
not
bad
bad.
at least.
Yep, not bad. Yep. But yeah, where are we headed next week? We at Weedsport?
I'm sure that'll be a strange one.
I think it's gonna be fun, man. 305s, no, grip. I mean, that's pretty much my closest track, to where I live. That's outlaw track. So I'm excited about it. It's gonna be a tricky one, but let's hope we can keep the cautions down.
I'm hoping so. I mean, I know a whole different division, but 360s when we ran last spring actually went surprisingly well there. So I'm hoping for the same.
Yep. Awesome. Me too. So let's do it.
Well, we'll see you all on Wednesday night.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks a lot, man. See you then.
That was your third place runner, Jimbo Rooney. And that is just going to about do it for tonight's action here for the Greg Hodnett Tribute Race at the Port Royal Speedway. We appreciate everyone for watching tonight and all the drivers that came out. Great 30 car field here in the 305s, and congrats to Derek Jones on the win. We'll be back in action on Wednesday night with the 360 Sprint Car Series right here at Port Royal Speedway. We hope to see you then.